FirstEnergy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. First and 10, Mayfield. Good receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
319!
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Chiefs are going to get him. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now it's the Boise State alarm, Jay Ajayi. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Ready. Green 90. Green 90. So.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The good pick up there of 20 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they're concerned. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him,
here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90.
On first and goal. And that one blown up quickly. As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Strong right.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Here we go now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jay Ajayi taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 3 down. Here we go now.
Mayfield now on second down.
They're coming.
And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. This is and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message, head coach, he's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the ball.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 41 yards. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Point after, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Pretty move. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Hunt, hunt, hunt.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for a 2nd down.
Right, boys, tight end to the right. Move. Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right.
Play.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Way
Green
easier
39.
said than done.
Slow.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why, what we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also play one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is a Johnny. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10.
Ready, blue 45.
Mahomes now on first down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch left. Here we go now.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have broken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting on a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now,
and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Interception. Watch the safety creep. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Cleveland after this. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch tight end. Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Slow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
They scared.
Looking for Watkins, headed center, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Not that time for Watkins. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an intercept, some type of turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down. Here we go now.
Here's Ajayi. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Switch. Left.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Hey. 4 down.
They run for it with Ajayi. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jay Ajayi, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are able to hold their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to sling this deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 90.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Three down.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
They'll start out on the ground with a play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there, and just ran him down.
Now here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Joe Schobert coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Now Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Here we go.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. They did exactly what they wanted. Now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Check 13.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are back within a score. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90. Slow. Left.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, RAS ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Finding room inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop
Green
them.
39.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Out to the flat for Riddick. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ready. Green 39.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
4 down. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Left.
They'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Now a toss play. It's a Giant. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jay Ajayi with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs out onto their lead. And he puts it through. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now he's forced out left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19.
Mayfield now on second down. He's going to air one out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up to that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Mayfield on the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. This is caught inside the 15.
Leopard!
A big play there on third down for the Browns.
Here we go.
55 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
Second down, Mayfield finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
Detroit! Double tight. Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. Already already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are back with a score. And this one through the uprights and good. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently. You don't want big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Ready! Blue 45!
Mahomes to throw on second down. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Boom! I see you, boy! I see you!
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Ready!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Terrence Mitchell. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Check number 6. Check number 6.
All right, here we go.
Following the interception, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Set. 319. 319.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal.
Tight end's right. 3 down.
They run again with Hunt, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Strong right. Here we go now.
He's going to get it running right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Alert.
They'll run it out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take it.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Throw.
Back to throw. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. You gotta find a way to gash it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football before he knew he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said at the beginning. Great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
So. Here we go now.
He's back to throw. He can run for it, he will. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Three down. Set. Ready.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing Week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year, And you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Cleveland, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, Pat. 180. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Now the first carry for their fullback. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. 10. A huge play there right off the bat. And even 70 yards. So I guess you'd say an unlikely source there with a big carry. It's the fullback showing that he has some range.
Now, how'd you like to be in the running backs room next week when they review this? Because he's going to be asking for tailback carries from now on.
180. Thick. Let's go.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Aldrick Rosas on for the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's take it.
Prescott from the gun. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Given 9 there on the first down completion. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
There we go. Nice play, baby. What is it?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Get out.
And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
And the big fella stuck that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo, defense, let's go. Let's go. Here we go, 46. There we go. 180. There we go. 47.
Prescott now from the 50. And incomplete on the deep ball. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
On second down, Elliott. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
3 down.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. That's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go. Here we go.
Prescott now on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd and short.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Now Prescott, wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding? That's a big third down to keep their drive alive.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my play list, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Prescott now. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall,
accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points.
Nice catch, offense. Good job, offense.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey,
Here we go.
does Dennis make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 3. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Purple 64. Set. 380. Motion. 48. Let's go. 48 Mike.
First down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Motion.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go. Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey. Thick. Got three down. Tonight. Wide 80. Great. Let's see it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who's done this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that...
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You got a little confidence in him, and then bring another one.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2. With a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the length of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Go. Run. Too fast, baby.
How fun will it be to watch Barkley and Elliott go at it twice a year? Here's 1st and 10.
Shift! Watch the shift! 6! Tonight! 180! Great. Check. Motion to back.
Here's a give to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Here we go. Watch tight. Gold. Let's go. Be alert.
Now Foles. Escaping the pressure right. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
180! Water. Check 50. Silent! He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On second down, here's Barkley. He's to the 10, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 21-14. Rosas now to kick this one away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Here we go. 180. Four down.
Throwing again, Prescott on second and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
3 down.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Here's Foles. Flushed out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10.
180!
Foles. Trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Tight ends right.
Thick.
Now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Blitz. Run. Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Come here. Thick.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And now running right through it. And down inside the 15 he goes. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Strong right.
Under.
On to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
13.
3 down.
Hey, let's go. Gray. Let's go.
24. Check 24.
Be alert.
He's moving, boys. He's moving.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come here.
Check. Crunch.
Goal.
Check 48.
Let's go.
Check 48's the mic.
Hey, let's go. Gray.
Yeah, I'm coming.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Motion.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Strong right.
Here we go. 46. 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He gets it over the middle of the ground. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Prescott on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
Gun.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Let's go!
Kill.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, we got
13, 13.
Shift.
Right side. 13, 13. Flat.
48.
He'll look to throw.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get that to the rookie, Saquon Barkley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
We go.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hey, Silver.
The give to the fullback of the 9. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Set. 180.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
Okay. Tiger.
After the penalty, they go forward. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Set. 180. Set. Here we go. Flat. Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Yeah, baby.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 7. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Look at the juke. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. We often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Okay, we got 4. Let's go. 4 down, let's go.
Here we go. 180.
Mike's 5.
They'll run him now to the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Yeah, baby.
Cooper's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here we go, 46.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
46.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Awesome.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Here we go,
Tough
46,
first half
46.
for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal.
Woo! You got him.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
26.
Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Hot, hot.
Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Motion,
Now Saquon Barkley. Look at this spin.
Balance.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Yeah, he was the first back taken in the draft. Ended up going number 2 to the Giants, and there was never a doubt that he would be the first runner off the board. And we just saw why. His ability with the ball in his hands to turn a nice little game into something big. He makes plays no matter how you get him the ball.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
They keep it Barkley on first down. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Hey,
Set. 180.
3 down.
On second down, Davis.
Check three.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Hey. 4 down.
Great.
Hey, check 20.
Great.
They'll set up to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they get 14 yards there and a first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Great. Set. 180.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And Rosas puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're going for the pass first.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A second down throw for Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Marcus Golden in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Hey, here we go. 180.
59. Pick it up.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Tight right here. Tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Here we go. 180.
4 down. 4 down.
Alert.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Be alert. Be alert.
3 down.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
They'll run it down with the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
You don't
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Strong right. Strong right.
Tonight, 180.
Three down. Check three.
Gold.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Tonight, 380. 13.
3 down.
Flat.
Kill.
1.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Hey.
They'll drop to throw.
And let's get that ball.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight line.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Let's go.
A second down throw for Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And that's Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's on the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, Zach Martin. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Here we go. 180.
Check, 59.
186.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. Mark that one against one of the top left tackles in the league, Tyron Smith. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Tight end's right.
Gun.
3 down.
Hey, here we go. 180. 186.
Prescott from the gun. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 57 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Get out.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Well, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. It's caught right side. It turns. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Pressed out to throw it. Drops it underneath. Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Important extra point up and through, and that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out come the Giants. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in the big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches.
We got 3.
6.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Silent. Tonight, 180.
Hey.
Room to run past midfield. The 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 61 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
We all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to for punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage?
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Guys, double tight. Hey, we got three down.
What in it?
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Giants, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they don't...